All right, YouTube, I get the fun one. Some Acura ILX, multiple dash warning lights. Was at the dealership. Charged them $1,000 for front brake pads and rotors and a new battery. He was complaining about multiple warning lights on the dashboard. Let's confirm what he's complaining about. Low mileage. We got a traction control light. Bunch of. They told him they didn't know what was wrong with the car. I find the story hard to believe, although they got $1,000 for a battery and front brake pads and rotors. I don't even know what to say about that. So for this car, if I had to take a guess, it's a Honda product and it has a bad ABS unit, because the steering angle sensor is incorporated into that, and I've done, can't tell you how many I've done, and we usually put used ones in and we don't have any problems, but the last two, I believe, we did have issues, and the one used car dealer who supplied his own part didn't want to pay for the job twice, and I said, well, you bought me the part, it doesn't work, so nothing I can do about that. You pay me twice, that's the way it goes. And then the other dealer bought one, and the junkyard gave him a hard time about it. And then after they saw our invoice that we put it in and realized that he took it to a certified repair facility like my own, real business, they sent him another one and it worked. So we've had two, and probably out of 20 that I've done. Now, I don't know that this is the problem on this car, but all these warning lights are very familiar. I thought if it was a turbo 1.5 engine that he had bigger issues, but this is not that engine, so I'm being told. So let's get it back to the shop. Let's pull some codes. Last oil change was at Pep Boys, 117,536. He's at 124. Well, the oil change is way overdue. Oil change sticker means something, guys. I just don't understand what's going on here. Why the Acura dealer didn't change the oil. This runs good. This is a good little car. This is a good little Honda. And believe it, I've heard this many times, that the dealerships are telling their customers they can't fix the car. And I just wonder if there's orders to just get customers to buy new cars, right? I don't know this, but I have to feel there's got to be something going on in the dealerships, that they don't want mechanics to have work, or they want the dealership to sell cars. I mean, you think you want a mix of both. I can't answer any of this because I'm just not in the dealership environment. Do they want to get rid of the mechanics? And then who are you going to have fixing your cars? Your lube techs? I just don't have the answers. But I'm going to give you the answer on this car in just a few seconds. You guys can stay with me. So I'm going to do a generic code pull first. And then I will see if I need to bust out a real diagnostic piece of equipment to figure out what's going on. There's brand new pads and rotors on there. So the story's got to be somewhat close. I don't know. We're going to find out. Okay, doors closed. 40 degrees outside. We should open up doors. Let some fresh air in. Not here, dude. Not here, dude. So this is another used car place that I do lots of work for. And I'm just curious why his customer just didn't call him and say, hey dude, I'm getting my ass pounded at the dealership for a battery and brakes. So Caleb has the code reader. So let's go Autel. Let's go Autel instead of going generic. and let's see what's going on here. Trust me, I've heard stories. Maybe it's just dealerships around here that just are trying to get the customer to buy a new car, or maybe they don't really know what the fix is. Almost everything's fixable. Almost everything's fixable. Link. Huh? Well, then you did something wrong. Or you changed the wrong part.
No, I didn't.
Finger
Bank 2, left side, driver's side.
All right, well, you don't have to tell me anymore, but like dig into it. Like what I would do. Like, all right, backtrack, get the scanner out.
I mean, use a position sensor. It was throwing a code for the position sensor. We changed the VVT still.
I said that to Rachel.
Needs a position sensor. I don't understand why we did a VVT.
Because she decided that she was just going to read what it says, but tell her to just order a cam sensor and put it in and see what we get. I kind of thought that was weird after she read all data's description. That doesn't mean all data is always right. And I commend her for trying.
Yeah.
And I gave her some leash to try and figure it out. But just get a cam position sensor for that and see if it fixes the problem. You know, I'm not mad at anyone, and I'm okay with her, because all data is not right all the time.
But it is good direction, so I get it.
Yeah, so, but I want you to just don't figure it out. You know, move to the next step.
Well, I mean, my next step would have been to order a cam position sensor.
Right. Say maybe Anthony was right that it needs a cam position sensor.
Well, my first step would have been a cam position sensor.
And then VVT.
And then a VVT,
Yeah.
because the cam position sensor is cheaper.
Yes.
Unless you want to charge them for a VVT, do the VVT, see if that fixes it,
No.
and then eat the cam.
Well, now that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah,
Is that?
cam sensor.
Yep. So
It
I'm
depends
okay with
which,
that.
Because it's easier to eat a cam sensor than it is to put the cam sensor in and be like, hey, you need a VVT also. And then they're going to be like, what the fuck?
It also could be the camshafts.
It could be the T-bone
But
cam.
it only said that the something was out of spec. So I don't know.
It could jump timing.
It runs too good for that.
Yeah. I mean, the tone ring on the cam could be bad.
Could have spawned. You know, there's a lot of things. All right, so we're back. So I gave Rachel a little bit of latitude to try and help start reading diagnostic trouble codes and things like that, so she knows more about what she's dealing with. And then when I checked the car, it was pretty much a solid cam position sensor. And then she's reading the description saying it's a VVT. I didn't really get into looking at the car. I kind of just said, okay, Rach, go ahead, go with it. And it's for a used car dealer, so I'm not overly concerned with any backlash. This is a 9 of 15. Where was this made? Honda of America, USA. Okay, so I think Kayla's probably right. It's the cam position sensor, or we'll figure it out. So we're gonna just do a full auto scan on this. So you heard the story on this. Acura said they didn't know what was wrong with the car.
Yeah.
And then $1,000 for brake pads and rotors. Oil change, the sticker is overdue. I don't think that anybody put a controller in this car, because the engine control module doesn't do anything that I know of for this car.
I don't think it has anything related to what.
So if I was a betting man, I'm going to say the brake controller is bad.
Pretty sure it's UPS. CPS.
Yeah, told you that. So now we're getting into faults. And it's actually good to run a whole scan on this car. Actually, the lady told Rachel that her car's very reliable and she doesn't notice any problems. The Honda. The one I did the video on.
Oh, the
where the intake pipe has a giant rip hole in it.
The Accord.
The engine light's on. You went to road test it and you're saying the front end's making noise. Some people just don't know what a good car is.
I think it has some bearing noise too. Like there's
The visor hitting you in the head because it doesn't stay up.
Yep, no. I mean, it's a Honda, so, I mean, she's getting the best for the least amount of maintenance.
Yeah.
But, let's say...
Woo! You ready, Caleb?
Let's say she were in any other car, then I don't think that car would exist anymore.
5 PCM codes. So the PCM talks to everything. I don't suspect. I can tell you, I can't tell you how many Hondas I've ever seen with a PCM problem.
I don't think I've ever seen one.
Maybe software updates and shit like that, but not.
Yeah, see, communication errors. This isn't PCM, this is...
Yeah, so it's got
evap leaks.
It's got evap problems, and it's got CAN communications is typically an issue with the rear camera. It's got bad purge valve. Like, how did the dealer say they can't fix this?
Or this could be a software update. Or a like that.
So this machine here is going through the system and saying, CAN malfunction PCM accessory unit multi-purpose camera. So I believe this only has a backup camera.
What year is it?
CAN communications in the camera, right? Yep. So if we go to the CAN network, I can probably see what is going on. I don't really care for that. Got a bad purge valve. So now we're going to get out of here. It only has backup camera, right?
Yeah, I don't see any blind spot cameras.
So then we're going to go to EPS. VSA system malfunction. That's wonderful. Doesn't tell you anything. So it's saying the EPS unit saying there's a problem in the ABS controller. Attention! We're not going for a road test. So I wonder if the backup camera is pulling down the CAN network on everything.
Or if there's a wiring issue somewhere.
Interesting. So let's finish this up with gauge.
These are serviceable lenses. Serviceable headlight lenses.
Quality car. It could be the radio too, which is fuel level sender circuit malfunction. Fuel gauge sending unit.
It's got some electrical.
Brings out a lot of issues. But to hear that the dealer said it needs a PCM, why would they say that? I don't feel that that's the case here.
I think it was somebody taking a shot in the dark.
So let me just show you what we got for trouble codes. Pretty consistent fuel level sensor. See if the gas gauge is working. And then we got EPS. Says that there's a malfunction in the... So the gas gauge probably works. Saying VSA malfunction.
The car's gonna shut off.
It is? Why?
It's almost got a full tank. The car's gonna shut off. There's no gas in it.
No gas in it. So then we go into ABS, and it says don't drive the car or it's going to shut off. And then it's saying there's a problem. It's detecting a problem in the PCM. We already read that. The PCM is picking up other issues. And then the PCM is saying, hey, I have evap purge flow problem. I have a backup camera problem. It's all fixable. I'm just wondering where the communication failure is. I want to see if there's a receipt in here from the Acura. Hey, there's Judd. Is that a factory Acura battery, like OEM? Anyway, to be continued here. All I can tell you is what I heard. Yeah, that's an Acura battery. I'm sure we can figure it out. I'll let you know. Thanks for watching.